everyone, my name's Christina and I'm a Disney travel specialist with As You Wish Vacations. In addition to Disney, I also book all sorts of vacation destinations, so if you're not a big Disney fan, don't worry, I can still help you out. This series does focus on Walt Disney World specifically. Walt Disney World's gotten a little bit more complicated in terms of planning, so I started this series to help you guys with the ins and outs. This week we're going to be talking about offsite hotels. So for a long time, the only way that many people could afford a Disney vacation was to stay offsite. That just means a non-Disney owned property. There are a handful of non-Disney owned hotels on Walt Disney World property. We'll talk about some of those, but for our purposes, off-site just means non-Disney owned, and that can be the non-Disney owned properties on Disney owned land. It could also mean non-Disney proper, not owned by Disney, not on Disney property. The thing to know with those is that sometimes it might be right abut to Disney property, but it might be a 20 to 40 minute ride to the nearest park just because it's so huge. So again, a lot of people used to stay off-site because they couldn't afford to stay in the Disney hotels. This might not be the case anymore. I'm actually finding prices are fairly similar to the value resorts. And Disney does include airport transportation, so definitely keep that in mind as you're pricing out your stay. All of your transportation to the parks is included. There are no resort fees, so these are all little things that even though the room rack rate might be a little bit lower, everything together might push it up. So talk to your travel agent. They know all of those fees for all the different hotels, so they can help you decide whether it's more cost effective to stay on property or off property. With that being said, there are still a lot of perks to staying off-site. One of those main perks is loyalty programs. So unfortunately for people like me, Disney doesn't have one. So if you are a Sheraton, a Marriott, a Hilton, Hyatt, whatever hotel affiliation that you or your company has, you can use your points at offsite hotels. So cost might not be a factor because you're using all of those loyalty points. So if you travel a lot for business and you build up all of those loyalty points, then you're gonna want to stay off site. There's a lot of great chain hotels either on or off Disney owned property. There's a Hilton right there. There's Marriott's, Sheraton's, Hyatt's. So if you have that loyalty program, you definitely might want to consider staying off site so you can use or earn some of those points. One of the other things that I like when I stay off-site, I always rent a car. A lot of hotels do offer shuttles. The times are not always great. You're not always in the park when you want to. Some charge for them. So if you are planning on staying off-site, I do recommend renting a car. This kind of makes the benefits of staying off-site even bigger. So having the ability to drive anywhere you want opens your entire realm of possibilities. If you're planning on splitting between Universal and Disney, this is great. You should stay off-site in between the two. Drive to the park that you want to when you get there. You have access to the outlets. You can get souvenirs at better prices. You have access to thousands and thousands more restaurants. You can find cost savings there. You can grab McDonald's. You can go to Outback. All of those kind of places are there. You can try some of the local places in Orlando, which again, probably better prices than Disney. So stop at the grocery store. You can pick up snacks in the morning. You can make peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. A lot of the chain hotels offer continental breakfast, so maybe you don't even have to worry about it. It just opens up a lot of options for you if you're staying off-site. One thing I do want to mention, if you are planning on going to the Disney parks for more than 5 days, parking it does get a little costly, so you might want to get a annual pass for at least one person in your party. So these run around $700. So again, it's only really worth it if you're there 5 days. But 5-day park ticket plus all that parking, it kind of pays for itself. That doesn't include the discounts on food and souvenirs. So you get between 10 and 20% off at most Disney-owned restaurants and stores. So now let me talk about some of my favorite offsite properties. So the Swan and Dolphin Hotel is located not just on Disney property, in the middle of 2 Disney parks. So in between Epcot and Hollywood Studios is the Swan and Dolphin. I'm sure many of you have seen it. It is a Sheraton run property, so they have the heavenly beds, which is always a plus. And they have some extra perks. They have character dining. They have extra magic hours. They're able to take advantage of those. And they're also, they have Disney operated transportation. So you can walk right to Hollywood Studios or Epcot, so you don't need that transportation, but they have transportation to the other 2 resorts, the other 2 theme parks, Magic Kingdom and Animal Kingdom. And that, it's a huge bonus. You get the perks of staying in a Disney hotel without the price tag of staying in a Disney hotel. And again, you get those loyalty points. So always look into that. That's always a great option. It kind of gives you that deluxe resort. It might be a little bit more expensive than a value or moderate, but it gives you the deluxe resort location, the deluxe resort amenities at moderate prices. So that's a great one to look into. There's also the Disney Springs area. The Disney Springs area has 7 resorts as a part of it. They're all right across the street from Disney Springs, so you do have transportation. Most of them do have shuttle buses. Again, off-site shuttle buses are not as frequent as Disney. They might not get you to the parks when you want to. They might pick you up before park close. So just make sure you know what your hotel offers before you kind of bank on that transportation. If you're staying at one of these Disney Springs area resorts, you can always just cross the street. It might be a 5 to 10 minute walk, but you can get to that transportation at Disney Springs. So if you're staying at a moderate, it's a 5 to 10 minute walk to buses anyway, so it's very similar. So there are, as I mentioned, there are 7. There's a Best Western, a Doubletree, 2 Hiltons, a Holiday Inn, a Wyndham Garden, and then the B Hotel, which is a boutique hotel. There's only, I think there's 4 or 5 of them in southern Florida and what might be in Georgia. But definitely if you are interested in a boutique hotel, this is the only one that's actually on Disney-owned property. Everything else is mostly chains. So there's also the Bonnet Creek Resort area. This is technically not on Disney-owned property, but it is as close to the parks as you can get. It's right next to the Caribbean Beach Resort, which is really, again, really close if you've stayed there, or Pop Century. Really easy to get to, really easy to get around. There's a Hilton there, there's a Wyndham, and there's a Waldorf. So we've stayed at the the Wyndham Vacation Club there. The property is huge, and it's a great option for larger families. It is a villa style, so we did a 4-bedroom villa, which was way less expensive than any villa style options. So if you are a larger family and you do want your own space, but you are on a budget, you definitely want to look off-site. One of the big benefits to the Wyndham Vacation Resort there is we had a view of illuminations from my bed. I didn't even have to get out of bed. I didn't have to go out to my porch. I could see it from my bed. So very close, very, very cool. Another one that I've stayed at is the Hyatt Grand Cypress. Another great resort with fireworks views. They're really tall once you get off Disney property. Their pool is incredible. If you were looking for a great pool, consider the Hyatt Grand Cypress. They have restaurants around the pool as well, and they have the best fish tacos I've ever eaten. Been to California, been to the California coast, have had what are supposed to be the best fish tacos. They're not there. They're at the Hyatt Grand Cypress by the pool. I when I stay on Disney property, we'll sometimes rent a car just to go get these fish tacos. They're that good. They're that good. The Sheraton Vistana Villages also has villa style. That is a recommended property by Disney. I have not stayed there, but everyone that I've heard of who stayed there has absolutely loved it. So one more that I want to mention is the Gaylord Palms. It's owned by the same people as the Opry Hotel. So you walk in and it is a destination in and of itself. The lobby is lush with all sorts of plants and wildlife, and it's really, really an experience to go there, especially during the holidays. So during the holidays, they have what's called ice. And they turn some of their ballrooms into a winter wonderland. It's themed differently every year. They have different ice sculptures that all fit the theme. You can meet Santa. It's really, really cool, really beautiful. It is a little bit further away from the Disney parks though, so this might be a good choice if you are doing multiple theme parks, so Universal, Disney, SeaWorld. It might be a great option if you're there for business and you might only be spending 1 or 2 days in the park. It's really, really a cool experience there. So again, a lot of people think that staying off-site is going to save them a ton of money. You heard all of the great benefits. Don't necessarily go in thinking it's going to be a huge difference. You really need to take into account your transportation, your resort fees, shuttle fees, and all of that. Here at As You Wish Vacations, we are willing to run those numbers for you. We will definitely figure out what is the best option for you and your family. So reach out to me when you're ready to book your vacation. It's Christina at aywvacations.com. If you want to be the first to know of any specials, either for Disney or any travel destination, follow me on social media and at aywcristina. And as always, thank you guys for joining. Subscribe to my channel, and I hope all your vacations are exactly as you wish.